On our Ask Amy this morning, planning and paying for your own or loved one's funeral is something that we will all have to face at some point in our lives.
Of course, you can procrastinate and avoid talking about it, but that could cost you and your loved ones a lot of money. In this week's Ask Amy, investigator Amy Davis talks with a funeral negotiator. Here you are.
Yeah, oh, and Sophia, I mean, if you think about it, when a loved one dies, it's usually a very stressful, highly emotional time. And that is exactly when you shouldn't be making big money decisions. And that's why a lot of people spend way more than they need to on funerals and related expenses. Ken Lambert calls himself the funeral negotiator, and he is an expert at it. He knows this is a subject that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Nobody wants to talk about death, dying. A lot of people think talking about trying to save money when a loved one has just died is somehow disrespectful. But these are exactly the reasons you end up paying tens of thousands of dollars more than you need to. But Lambert says you have to, as much as possible, take the emotion out of the planning process and think about the funeral in different parts that you can negotiate separately. These are the main parts that you'll have to pay for: the casket or the container, a headstone or grave marker, a burial container, that's the concrete box that goes around the casket, and then the actual funeral services, the cemetery property or plot. And Lambert says that last part, the property, is where you can cut costs the most.
People assume that if I use that cemetery, I've got to use that funeral home. Nothing could be further from the truth.
So
any funeral home can bury at any cemetery. So a lot of times your larger funeral homes are going to charge an outrageous price. They're going to have an outrageous price on their merchandise. Okay, and families say, well, I'm stuck here. No, you're not. Okay, and the best place to do your own funeral by far is your own church. When you do your funeral service at your church, you just told 150 funeral homes and cemeteries in Harris County, I don't need your facilities. And at that point, you work for me, I don't work for you. There's a lot of emotional sales tactics, okay? They don't want you to leave the funeral home, okay? And when you should know the price of that funeral home, their prices, their merchandise prices, their cemetery, you should know that before you even visit them.
okay.
Get on the phone, call them, and once you get that information, then you show up. They don't want to give you the information over the phone.
Now, another biggie, Lambert cautions you should never tell a funeral home how much life insurance you have, because rest assured that will be the price. They'll price your funeral accordingly. Today on KPRC 2 Plus at 11 a.m., we're going over some common sales tactics and the things that funeral homes and companies have to tell you when you ask. We're also posting this on Click to Houston after the episode airs. He just has so much knowledge. He's been doing this for more than 20 years in our area and has all the price lists for all the funeral homes.
Super helpful.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Right.
And your time of need, you know?
Exactly.
That stuff you're really thinking about.
Right. Exactly.
Amy, thank you so much.